Hey folks, we're just going to really quickly run through how you make changes to your PSLO map. Particularly, we're concerned with how to add the ISLOs, or Institutional Student Learning Outcomes, to your Program Student Learning Outcome Assessment map. This all takes place in the Assessment and Planning workspace for your program. So we're making changes to the assessment map down here. But we actually don't make changes to the assessment map in that area. We actually come up here to Learning Objectives and Outcomes and make the changes there, and then we check to see if the changes are reflected in the actual map, okay? So you come up here to Learning Objectives and Outcomes. You're going to click that. Nope, and I already have it checked out, so I'm going to get rid of that. So ideally, you're not going to have it checked out when you enter this workspace, so you'll have to check it out. And then you'll see a multitude of options, but the most important one here is Edit. Okay, and you can do this for each one of the program student learning outcomes that you have listed. So I'm going to go ahead and click Edit here, and you can see that this coordinator has already added ISLO number 1, communication both, and then you're all set to go. You've got the ISLO and you have the subcategory. Now remember that each ISLO may or may not have a subcategory. This one has written, oral, or in this case, both, right? So I'll update that. Now let's just say hypothetically we were working with 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th program student learning outcome down here, and we had to edit this to add ISLO number 4 alignment. Edit, ISLO number 4. I always check the exact wording, so it's social responsibility, and then check the subcategorization. Let's just say hypothetically in this case that we're dealing with intercultural knowledge, so it's number 3. So social responsibility, intercultural knowledge, correct? Let's just double check. Yeah, we're good. And then we would update that. When you update it, it's going to ask you which workspaces you want this material added to. You just want it to be added to everything, okay? So click update the selected areas, and now you'll see it reflected here first, okay? The best thing to do is check in and go on down to the assessment map. And you're not really concerned about the ISLO map right now. We're really concerned with the program assessment map, the program student learning outcome assessment map. So you click on that and just check to see if the ISLOs are now included. And you can see ISLO number 4, social responsibility, intercultural knowledge, is there. And which courses are going to be assessed for that program student learning outcome has been identified. Alright, and that takes care of the problem. Now I know a lot of faculty are kind of wondering why we're doing this when we have kind of behind the scenes mapping that's already been done. Well, first and foremost, we've made a change from the old ISLOs to the new. Before we go in and start mapping from the bottom up, I'd really like to see something transparent from the top down. What this does is it allows us to manually address the alignment. It's also transparent and visible for all other faculty who participate in your program, so that they can map effectively on their course outlines. That'll help us quite a bit. I think also another thing that it does for us is this is the beginning of embedding and infusing our program student learning outcomes with the ISLOs, so that the institution can aggregate the information relating to ISLOs that it needs, while the coordinators and directors focus on aggregating information for the program SLOs that they need, so that when you present a report at a Dean Symposia or at some closing the loop activity regarding the PSLOs, we can take that data and go back and we can figure out the alignment to the ISLOs, and we can compile a report from there, rather than asking you to emphasize the ISLO performance in each of your courses. Okay? So hopefully that helps, and hopefully that rationale gives you a better understanding of why we're trying to shift in this direction right now. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me. Thanks a lot, folks. Bye-bye.